top 10 natural disasters happened in 2020. Number 1. The Australian bushfire 2019-2020. Begun in December 2019, the Australian bushfires showed no signs of slowing down or stopping. While most nations were celebrating New Year's, Australia was confronting one of its greatest catastrophic events, and a few states called for a crisis in January. According to a report distributed in the Medical Journey of Australia, the Australian bushfire consumed an expected 18.6 million hectares, obliterated more than 5,900 structures, and killed 34 individuals, while more than 400 individuals were killed because of the residual smoke inhalation. Number 2. Obliterating floods in Indonesia. On January 1, 2020, obliterating floods pulverized Indonesia's capital, Jakarta, and some neighboring zones. More than 4 lakh individuals had to escape from their homes. The floods were joined by hefty downpours lashing the city, creating additional harm as waterways flooded and individuals were lowered in waters that were 5 feet inside and out. A few local people were casualties to suffocating or avalanches, while others kicked the bucket of electric stuns or avalanches. Around 66 individuals lost their lives to this natural disaster of 2020. Number 3. The coronavirus. While the first outbreak was recognized in December 2019 in the now notorious Wuhan, nobody understood the huge worldwide and monetary effect it would have. On January 11, China recorded its first COVID-19 demise, and on March 11, 2020 the WHO announced COVID a pandemic. As of April 2, the worldwide COVID cases outperformed 1 million. Today, most nations are carefully venturing out of lockdown and attempting to continue life. Be that as it may, 5 months into 2020, there is still no antibody or drug for coronavirus. Number 4. Volcano eruption in the Philippines. The Taal volcano is the second most active volcano in the Philippines, and it began thundering on January 12 in Luzon, trailed by an emission and debris dust more than 100 kilometers away. It had last emitted 43 years back. The volcano left immense debris mists which caused mass clearings of more than 300,000 individuals. On February 13, the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council, NDRRMC, and the Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology, PHIVOLCS, revealed an aggregate of 2,484 fountain of liquid magma structural quakes in the region of the Well of Lava, 176 of which were felt. The Philippines is as yet staggering from the Well of Lava emission, with various nations sending in homegrown guide. Number 5. Earthquakes in Russia, China, the Caribbean, Turkey, Iran, Philippines and India. There have been countless earthquakes in 2020 that if I sat to categorize each as a natural disaster, the list would be unnaturally long. So far there have been 45 earthquakes characterized over 6 magnitudes. Jamaica and Russia were the worst hit with earthquakes over magnitude 7. The earthquake in Turkey claimed 41 lives. Number 6. Locust swarms in East Africa and parts of India and Asia. A large number of desert locusts have amassed 5 states in India, to be specific Rajasthan, Gujarat, Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh, and the recordings are very alarming. First distinguished in East Africa and afterward Pakistan, the dangerous beetles don't influence people, however they harm crops. This could be one of the most exceedingly awful vermin assaults in more than 26 years. There's a worldwide insect swarm in presence at this moment, and India could experience the ill effects of a ruthless wave in the coming months. To give you point of view, desert locusts are viewed as the most pulverizing transient vermin around the world, and a 1 square kilometer swarm in one day can eat as much food as 35,000 individuals. Not exclusively do these bugs breed quickly, however, upwards of 150 million beetles can exist in only 1 square kilometer. They feed on any sort of vegetation like harvests, grub and field, and can demolish crops in a flash. Number 7. Typhoon Amphan in India and Bangladesh. Typhoon Amphan made ruin in West Bengal and Odisha in May, giving up trails of obliteration. The Meteorological Division named the tornado to be an incredibly serious cyclonic tempest that made landfall in both the states with bountiful downpours, blast windows and lightning, decimating all that came in its direction, leaving chilling visuals for what it's worth. The super typhoon reportedly killed 12 individuals in Bengal, while power gracefully and telephone networks likewise endured the shocking states. Number 8. Forest fires in Uttarakhand, India. Uttarakhand has been burning for 4 days now with more than 46 shrub fires. So far just 2 passings have been accounted for, yet the fire is still no place leveled out. A report by the Times of India has expressed that Uttarakhand has lost almost 51.43 hectares of woodland spread, and the timberland division alone has brought about lost more than 1 lakh. Number 9. Floods in Assam, India. Due to the heavy rains in many parts of Assam, the flood circumstance has turned crazy and more than 30,000 individuals in 5 out of 33 regions are affected. As indicated by the Assam State Disaster Management Authority, ASTMA, an aggregate of 128 towns and 8 income circles of Lakhimpur, Dhemaji, Dibrugarh, Dirang and Golpara regions were influenced. Yields and homegrown creatures have additionally been influenced by this. Number 10. Snow in Antarctica turns green. At the point when you consider Antarctica, your psyche typically invokes pictures of a supernatural space, with tremendous icy masses of white, tying penguins and sluggish seals. Notwithstanding, portions of the frozen continent are turning green, all gratitude to environmental change and monstrous algal sprouts. As per another examination distributed in the diary Nature Communications, warming temperatures and softening snow in the landmass are helping in the arrangement of algal blossoms, fast increment or amassing in the number of inhabitants in green growth, which are extending at a higher rate, in this way turning numerous regions green. Truth be told, the wonder is getting so productive in certain spots that it is even obvious from space.